you. Go for it. We're ready now.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite. Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Vinda Vipineshe. Damodara Rati Vardhana Veshe Hari Nishkuta Vinda Vipineshe. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Vishnabhanudadi Navasashilekhe Lalita Sakhi Gunaramita Vishakhe. Vishnabhanudadi Navasashilekhe Lalita Sakhi Gunaramita Vishakhe. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Karunam Kuru Mai Karuna Bharite. Sanaka Sanatana Varanita Charite. Karunam Kuru Mai Karuna Bharite. Sanaka Sanatana Varanita Charite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Yes,
Hare Rama,
nobody.
Rama Rama.
Someone is upstairs, but they're always outside. Stupid.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva. Nitai Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. That was really good. Thank you so much, Ananda Leela. Fantastic singing. So, wanted to welcome everybody, and Shruti and Ganesh and Jishnu. And Shaivi. Hare Krishna, Shaivi. Hare Krishna, Jishnu.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, wonderful.
Mommy.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Shruti.
Very good. So thank you very much for joining. You are the hosts today. Hare Krishna, Shruti. How are you, Shruti?
I'm fine.
Hare Krishna.
Hello, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Very nice. So we can start with a bhajan. Actually, Shruti, do you want to sing or Jishnu?
Yeah, me.
Okay. You'd like to sing Mahamantra?
Krishna likes it.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
This one?
Hare.
Okay. And Geeta, you can sing the Damodar Aarti at the end, huh?
Yes, sure. Okay, Prabhu. I'll try my best.
Of course. Okay, Jishnu, go for it.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
And Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Well done. That was really good, Vishnu. Jishnu, excellent.
Vishnu.
Vishnu. I almost said Vishnu. Okay. So are you expecting any people from your side, Ganesh ji?
yeah,
That was okay.
Okay.
I've informed a couple of them, and they said they will try to join because they have some meetings and other stuff. But
Sure.
they said they will try. We're
No
okay to
problem.
start.
Yes, we can carry on. So I was thinking first thing we can do, Shavi, is the Bhagavad Gita. And I was thinking, Shruti, would you like to read the English? Shavi will read the Sanskrit, and you can read the English. Huh? So, thank you so much. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
अर्जुनवाच एवं सततयुक्ता ये भक्तास्त्वां पर्युपासते ये चाप्य अक्षरम् अव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमः. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect, those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested? मय्यावेश्य मनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया पर्युपेतास्ते मे युक्ततमा मतः. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect.
Vaksharamanirteshyam avyaktam paryupasate sarvatra kamachityam cha kutastam achalam dhruvam sanniyamyendriyakramam sarvatra samabuddhayaha te prapnuvanti mameva sarvabhutahite rataha.
For those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such persons engaged in the welfare of all at last achieve me.
शोधिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देहवद्भिरवाप्यते.
For those whose mind are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied.
सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परः अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषाम् अहं समुद्धर्ता मृत्यु संसारसागरात् भवामि न जनान् पार्थ मय्यावेशित चेतसाम्.
But those who worship me, giving up all their activities onto me, and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service, and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Pratha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death.
Very good. So these first 7 verses, Krishna is answering a question that was put to him on the first verse about what is better to worship, your personal form or your unmanifested impersonal form. And Krishna gives him the answer that it's much easier to worship my personal form. Especially if you look at this bit here, it says, for them who worship his personal form, I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. But those who worship the impersonal form, for them it's really quite difficult. Like it says here, for those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested impersonal feature, advancement is troublesome. To make progress is very difficult for those who are embodied like we are in this world. So that's a really clear answer. And then the next verse, 8 until 12, he describes how we can worship him in different ways. So he keeps lowering the bar so that we can worship him. Let's have a look what he says.
मय्येवामन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अथ ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः.
Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always, without a doubt.
न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय.
My dear Arjuna, O winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. In this way, develop a desire to attain me.
अभ्यासेऽपि समर्थोऽसि मत्कर्मा परमो भव मदार्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वं सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि.
If you cannot practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work for me, because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage.
अथैतदपि शक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्.
If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated.
यो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानात् ध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् त्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम्.
If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of known. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of the mind.
So he's saying, first in text 8, he said, fix your mind and intelligence in me, and then you can live in me. That's a really hard thing to do, especially in this age of Kali Yuga. So he says, he understands. So he said, okay, if you can't do that, follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga, i.e., read about me, chant my holy names. So try to do that all the time if you can. Okay, you can't do that, then work for me. If you can't work for me and you're working for somebody else, then give up the fruits of your result. And if you can't do that, then meditate. And if you can't even meditate, then at least gain some knowledge about me. That's the minimum we can do. And this is, by the way, Shruti, renunciation.
Oh, okay.
Renunciation, which means giving up.
अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमे सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः.
One who is not envious but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me, such a devotee of mine is very dear to me.
द्विजते लोको लोकान्नोद्विजते च यः हर्षमर्षभयोद्वेगैर्मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः.
He by whom no one is put into difficulty and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is equipoised in happiness and distress, fear and anxiety is very dear to me.
अनापेक्षः सुचिर्दक्षः उदासीनो गतव्यतः सर्वारम्भ परित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः.
My devotee who is not dependent on the ordinary course of activities, who is pure, expert, without cares, free from all pains, and not striving for some result, is very dear to me.
यो न रष्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न काङ्क्षति शुभाशुभ परित्यागी भक्तिमान् य स मे प्रियः.
One who neither rejoices nor grieves, who neither laments nor desires, and who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things, such a devotee is very dear to me.
So these verses from 13 to 20, which are 8 verses, Krishna is describing the qualities he likes in his devotees. This is called the Bhakta Astakam, 8 verses where he defines what his devotees are like. And a lot of times he keeps saying free from pains, without cares, they don't, they just, they don't lament, they don't have any desires apart from serving me, like that. So let's see a little bit more about what he says about the qualities.
शत्रो च मित्रे च तथा मानपमानयोः शीतोष्ण सुखदुःखेषु समः संगविवर्जितः तुल्यनिन्दास्तुतिर्मौनी सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेतः रमतिर्भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः.
One who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equally poised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge and who is engaged in devotional service. Such a person is very dear to me.
तु धर्मामृतमिदं यतोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्धदानामत्परमा भक्तास्तेऽतीव मे प्रियः.
Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very dear to me.
Jai Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
Jai.
Bhakti Yoga ki jai.
Jai.
12th chapter ki jai.
Yay.
Shruti ki jai. Beautifully read. Beautifully read.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
And Shavi ki jai. And
Jai.
Puna Mataji, you there?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
She's
Hare
doing
Krishna.
so good. So good.
Yeah,
Well-
she wanted to, recite the last 5 also, and I am like, okay, I think she can recite them, without mistakes now.
can.
So
Well, she can
Yeah,
do it a lot
happy.
better than we can. So, No, and Kathan yesterday also, he was reciting the first 2 verses. So very
Good.
impressive. So thank you
some have learned the first 2 years.
so much. Very, very good. Thank you.
Okay.
So Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Shavi. So,
Krishnaji, on 18 and 19, when he says always who doesn't care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge, what does that? I didn't get that.
oh, very good. Thank you for reading and listening, and very good. He basically, he's not worried too much. Sometimes, what happens in this world, we can lose everything by fate, by act of providence. But the devotee of Lord, he's always thinking, I am completely under the shelter of the Lord. If I don't have any residence, it is the mercy of the Lord. It is his daya. If I have residence, that is his daya.
If it's a small hut, doesn't matter.
If it's a
Or
small
big
hut,
mansion.
it doesn't matter. He's satisfied in every situation. That's basically what it means. And what was the other thing? What was the other point?
Who is fixed in knowledge?
Oh, always fixed in knowledge.
Knows
He-
this gyan.
Yeah,
basically.
he understands the position that he is in, that we are in this material world and this is a temporary situation. We don't belong to this world, but because we are in this world, we have to live in this world in such a way that we don't become attached to temporary things and start becoming attached to those things that really matter. And what are those things that really matter? The Supreme Lord, his service, his devotees, and then we start to cultivate knowledge about that. So that
Okay.
devotee, he will all have this knowledge already, that he's fixed. Nothing can shake him. If some turbulence comes in his life, he understands this is the material world. There's always going to be some turbulence. Let's not worry.
Okay. That means who is fixed in knowledge of the Supreme. Is that correct?
Absolutely
Yes.
right.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Ganesh.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
I can see where Shruti gets her inquisitive mind.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, I used to ask a lot of questions in childhood. Like
Okay, thank you so much. Deepak ji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, how are
Hare
you?
Krishna.
Thank you
How
for
can
joining.
someone be equal to their friends and their enemies? How is
Yeah.
that even possible?
How's that even possible?
I have many enemies, that's why. So.
Well, join the gang. I'm a devotee, but I've probably got more enemies than friends. So,
Aw.
but is we don't take it personally. we know we're not going to get on with everybody. There's only two people who get on with everybody, Krishna and the spiritual master. They have this mood that even an enemy is actually their friend, because the enemy will teach them about Krishna, because they will become a little bit detached from this world. So, but in our situation, what we have to do, if we can, is not be worried about the personalities. We may have lots of differences in terms of issues with various people, but if we make those personal, that I don't like him because he's like this, then we are on dodgy ground. So in that sense, we need to be equal to friends as well as enemies. So we don't treat them, we're not prejudiced, basically. Yeah.
And basically, you have to see Krishna in everyone. So that is what makes that difference, that you don't see them as an enemy, because you see Krishna in everyone as well. That is the highest thinking, and that's where we're trying to get to as well.
Very nice point, actually.
Thank you.
In terms of who we are spirit soul. Who is our enemy? He's also spirit soul. And how does Krishna behave towards us? And how does he behave towards our enemy? Well, he's neutral. He doesn't take the side of any particular person. Now, you might say, hang on a minute, he took the side of the Pandavas when the Mahabharata battle took place. The thing is, he's partial to his devotees, but he doesn't discriminate who will be his devotee. Anybody can become the devotee of the Lord. And as soon as we turn our face towards him, he becomes automatically partial, because he has a personal relationship with everybody. But he doesn't stop anybody becoming close to him. So our enemy will have a same relationship with Krishna that we do, which is one of servant master, or whatever the different relationships are. So if Krishna won't discriminate against any soul, so he also expects his devotee to not discriminate, to treat everybody equally. You might not get on with everybody. That's the way of this world. Everybody has different personalities, but it doesn't mean we hate somebody. You may not like how somebody behaves, but it doesn't mean we hate that person. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And our biggest enemy is our mind. It is
yeah.
the mind which makes us think, I don't like this person because of this. I like this person because of this. It is our mind who plays those tricks as well on us.
Does that make sense, Deepak?
Partially.
I like it when you say that, because it means you're thinking, you're processing it. We can discuss it much, much further, perhaps after or another session.
We
Happy
could
to
probably talk about 5 hours just on this one text.
Actually, you're
That's
right.
fine.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Like the first verse.
We live in a duality. I believe we live in a duality. So
Yeah.
in the sense that when the other verse talked about auspicious occasions, non-auspicious, whatever, or something, we're so happy. And if someone dies, we're really unhappy.
Yes.
That's not our mind doing anything. If something happens to my mum tomorrow, I'm going to be distraught. I'm not going to say, oh, my mind is playing tricks on me. Because that's the relationship of the heart.
Yeah.
Not tricks on you, but the mind is what is not necessarily under control. If you're, God forbid, but say, okay, my mother passed away, right, a few years ago. Now, my thinking was, because I saw her going through difficult times, I saw her going through very happy times, but she was always fixed in God. So when she left, I was thinking, actually, I'm not distressed, because she's gone to a better place, to the Supreme Lord, somewhere along the journey. She's on the journey anyway. So in that sense, we have to remain equipoised in every situation, because we are all on a journey. We're all eternal. When we leave the body, we don't die. We're simply changing situations. And if we understand that, we can help that person even when they're not with us, because we can do things for them, like Shrad and all those, like the prayers, which will assist them on their journey. But if we are completely lamenting and lose ourselves, we're not helping ourselves, but we're also not helping the other person.
That's true. The lamenting side, I completely understand that. But our minds aren't very well. My mind isn't stable even at the best of times, because it just jumps around all the time, thought after thought after thought. And this, constantly you're bombarded all the time. So
I have to say to you, I'm exactly the same. I'm trying to control, but it is very, very difficult.
It's very hard.
Yeah. And actually, Arjun tells Krishna that same thing. My mind, it's very strong. It's easier for me to control the wind, he said. And Krishna said to him, he answered him that you are right, Arjun, mind is very strong, but it is possible by practice and detachment. Detachment means don't get too attached to everything, so that when something goes wrong, you lose it. And practice means when, for example, we're chanting the holy names, our mind goes somewhere, we bring it back to the holy names. So we keep practicing, keep practicing. Really happy to, I tell you what, if you want, you're welcome to send me your number through the chat privately, and we can link up anytime and
discuss.
Because I love discussion. It's very, very nice. Two-way discussion.
Oh, I love it.
I've been warned against you by Priti. only joking. Only joking. I yesterday evening, you made my evening. Actually, it was such a jolly time. So thank you so much, and thank you for joining.
You made mine. So.
Thank you. Okay. So let me just ask Shruti Ganesh. Do you know what this month is all about? This Damodar month?
No, Prabhuji, you can please explain.
Okay, I'll quickly tell you, because I think everybody else probably has a good idea. So it's a month where it's like the sale of the century, or sale of the year at least, because it comes every year. And if we do any bhakti in this month, chanting of holy names or reading Krishna's books or God's books, singing about him or talking about him like we are, that's considered to be 1,000 times better than in any other month. So it's very, very auspicious. And specifically, this month is very good because we celebrate this pastime where Krishna is bound by the ropes of love of his mother. This is impossible. How can God be bound? Who can bind God? And how can he be scared? Look at him. He looks so scared. But the love of the devotee can be so intense and can be so overpowering that even Krishna comes under the control of that love. So this event is celebrated. She did it on the day of Diwali to her son because he was naughty before. She didn't understand how naughty he was because he was naughty outside home. But this time he was naughty inside at home. He stole a pot of butter. He was eating it himself and he was feeding the monkeys. Before, Mother Yashoda always heard about the neighbors complaining, but now she realized her goody two-shoes son, who always was good at home, is not so good. She always thought there's something special about this boy. He may be the Supreme Lord, but actually he's my son and I have to discipline him. And that's exactly what she did. She ran after him with a stick and God was running away from her. But she caught him and she bound him only because he allowed her to be bound, to bind him because of the effort she was putting in. And then he showed his greatness by, there were two trees nearby, very large, huge, powerful trees, which fell because of Krishna, and two demigods came out of that trees. They were cursed to be trees because they were disrespectful to a sage called Narad Muni. And a sage's curse is actually a blessing. So they were blessed because they had the darshan of the Supreme Lord, and they went eventually back to the spiritual kingdom. No longer were they just demigods enjoying opulence, but they were actually in the association of the Supreme Lord. So this is one of the miracles that he performed in that time. So this month is also important to Shrimati Radharani. It's her predominating, she's the predominating deity of this month. And Radha is the eternal consort of God. God is not just male. According to Vedic culture, God is female as well. So, and the female aspect of God, Deepak, get this, is more powerful than the male aspect. She controls him by her love. So I always used to think, why is my wife so bossy? And I realized it's from the top down. Krishna has the same issue. So who am I to complain? Only joking, actually, she's really good. So in this month, there's so many festivals as well. Diwali, Govardhan Puja, this beautiful Radha Kund appeared. And Shruti, you remember Radha Kund from the Children's Sangha? Sharad Purnima is when we started this month. Our Guru, Srila Prabhupada, he left this world to go back to Krishna's land or in this month. Gopastami took place last Sunday, which was Krishna taking the cows to the fields for the first time. Tulsi Viva, we're celebrating on Sunday, and everybody's welcome. We'll be starting at 3 o'clock. The wedding of one of the wonderful devotees of the Lord to the Lord himself. And then 2 Ekadashis. Today is one of these Ekadashis, Uttana Ekadashi, very important fasting day. And we offer lamp in this month. We'll do that a little later. We sing this Damodarastikam. We do extra chanting every day. Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. And we read the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita every single day. We try to recite the Gopi Git, which is a really lovely bhajan. And we fast, like today we're fasting for the next 4 days, we will be fasting, avoiding various foods. And the idea is we want to please God. We don't want to torture our bodies, but we want to please God by abstaining and offering that austerity to him and saying to him, my dear Lord, I want to become close to you, so please allow me. And we try to do more bhakti, less gossiping, less TV, less social media. So I was thinking, any questions from that? Anything you'd like to ask? Yes, Shruti. Oh, Jishnu. Yes.
The same picture you show me that one.
The virtual background is on one of the pictures. It's the same as your virtual background. Just
Oh yes, yes.
Where Yashoda ties Krishna.
That's right. That's right. I've got a lot of them, by the way. For every occasion, we have one of those.
Yes, he loves to listen to Krishna stories. So
Every
today
night.
he's yesterday he did Trinavat story. Today he will do the next one.
Okay, so we're going to do some more Krishna stories
okay.
now.
So I'll tell you some Krishna stories.
That's what we're going to do now.
And in fact, if on Saturday you're free, we've got a really amazing Krishna story at 3 o'clock. This is about the baby Krishna. This very but we got
Wind, yes. Trinavat.
Oh,
Whirlwind.
Trinivarta. You like
Whirlwind.
Trinivarta. Wow. Okay, Jishnu. I like it.
Okay, we're going to do some more now.
So I'm going to talk to you about a story of a lizard today. And also we're going to talk about Balaram. And then there's a really funny character, Paundaraka, we want to talk about. So let's get into it. This is from chapter 64, 65, 66. There's 90 chapters in this Krishna book. So we're about 2/3 of the way through, more than 2/3 of the way through now. And the reason why we are talking about Krishna is when we talk about the Supreme Lord and understand his sweetness and his wonderful pastimes, our time in this world is very limited then. After we finish in this world, we will go back to the spiritual world. This is the blessing that's been given to us by Srila Prabhupada. Hence why we go through the Krishna book as often as we can. One time, all the Yadus, the family members of Krishna, they were on a picnic in a forest near Dwarka. So this is when Krishna was 30, 35 in this world, 35 years. They saw a well and they thought, we're thirsty, let's have a drink. But inside the well, there was no water. There was a huge lizard. So they tried to help the lizard come out, but the lizard was trapped. So they went back to see Krishna because Krishna knows all the answers. He knows what to do in what situation. Krishna came, he saw the well, he saw the lizard. He immediately picked out the lizard, his hand extended all the way to the bottom of the well. And he picked up the lizard and he brought him into the land, up into the grass. And at that very moment, as soon as the lizard came out of the well, he turned into a demigod. And actually, can we go further? There he is. There you go. There's a demigod there.
It's because Krishna touched him.
Because Krishna touched him. And everybody was surprised. What happened? What happened to the lizard? He's turned into an amazing demigod. And then Krishna, he knew the story, but he said to the demigod, what has happened? Why have you turned from a lizard into a demigod? So then this demigod answered. He said, in my last life, I was King Nrg, N-R-G-A, Nrg. And I was very, very generous. I used to donate cows to Brahmins every single day. And I used to donate thousands of cows. And I used to always think, I'm so fortunate that I can do this this donation. But a little bit of pride developed in me. One day, I gave one cow to a Brahmin.
No, lots of cows, and out of that one.
Okay, I gave loads of cows to a Brahmin, and out of those, one of them went from one herd into another herd. So I gave donations to 2 Brahmins, but one of the cows ventured from one of the herds into the other herd. And there was a big hoo-ha. There was a big argument between the Brahmins. One Brahmin said, this is my cow. The other Brahmin said, no, this is my cow. So while they were arguing, I said to the Brahmins, okay, don't worry. I will give you 100,000 cows and you don't have to worry about this cow. And they said, no, we only want this cow that you gave us as a gift. Now, because of that dispute, that was actually a sinful act because he gave something away to 2 different people, even though it was unknowingly. When he left his body, he went to Yamraj, and Yamraj said to him, I look at your karmic bank account, and you have so much pious activities. But there is one sinful activity that you have. Now you will enjoy for your pious activities for a long time. So do you want to enjoy first or do you want to suffer first for that one sinful activity? So the king said, I'll take the suffering first. I'll enjoy later. So he became a lizard and he was thrown into this well. And he had a benediction that as soon as Krishna comes, because he was actually a devotee of God, as soon as Krishna comes, he will release you from this curse. So this is a really instructive pastime. And it shows that the Kshatriyas, the kings, are not as powerful as the Brahmins. The Brahmanas are always more powerful, even though they have no weapons and they are always peaceful. But because of that peace that they have within their mind, they are very powerful. And the example of that is Vashishta and Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra was a king. Vashishta was a priest in the Ram dynasty. And there's so many incidents that took place which showed the superiority of the Brahmins in comparison to the warriors, the Kshatriyas. So this is
And
one
even
pastime.
even Krishna offers obeisances to the Brahmins 3 times a day.
Good point.
So it's a good example for us.
It's a good point. Yeah, nice one. So next what happened was Balaram, who is the elder brother of Krishna, he wanted to see Yashoda Mai and Nand Maharaj. He was their foster child, if you like. Rohini was his mother and Vasudev was his father. But he lived for many years in Vrindavan with Krishna, first 11 years. And the memories he had of Nand and Yashoda were incomparable.
He was missing them so much.
He was missing them so much. He decided to go and visit them in Vrindavan. So Krishna didn't go, Balaram went. Krishna has so many things to do. So when he reached there, he went to see his mother, his foster mother and father, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, and he was so happy. They were so happy. But they were always a little sad as well because they were missing Krishna. Then he met the gopis of Krishna's gopis, and Krishna's gopis would say to Balaram, Krishna's really let us down. He's told us so many lies. He said he would come back, but he's never come back. He's deceitful. He's this, he's that. They were having such a go at Krishna, but this was all out of love. And Balaram could completely understand that these gopis, they love Krishna so, so much. It's in their very blood, it's in their very being. They can't live without Krishna. And the thing with the Lord is, when the devotee is away from the Lord, there is externally some separation. So they are saying this, but internally there's great happiness because they are connected with the Lord even more deeply than they would be when they were physically present. So actually the gopis were enjoying great transcendental bliss, even though it was in separation from the Lord. Is that right?
And then Balaram pacified them with lots of stories about Krishna.
Yeah, he told them all different pastimes Krishna was having, and they were enjoying. And Balaram performed his Ras Leela with his gopis, not Krishna's gopis. He has his own set of gopis, and they enjoyed dancing with Balaram.
So he stayed in Vrindavan for 2 months between March and April. And each night he would have the Ras dance with his gopis.
And another incident happened. Now, Balaram, he's quite a character. Now, one time, Varun Dev sent his daughter Varuni in the form of liquid honey. And Balaram likes his honey. And that honey actually made him intoxicated. And he went, after he was having this honey, he went to the Yamuna and he called upon the Yamuna to come to him. But she didn't, because she was thinking, hey, Balaram is a little bit intoxicated. So better I don't go. And Balaram became a little angry and he tried to divide the Yamuna into 100 parts. But then immediately Yamuna realized her mistake and she came before Balaram and she apologized to him. And Balaram was very gracious as always. But this shows the nature of Balaram in comparison to Krishna. It's one person, one God. Balaram is his first expansion. But Balaram's mood is a little bit intense, whereas Krishna's mood is very relaxed. Isn't it? Okay. One God, different personality, different moods, and he has hundreds and thousands, millions of incarnations and avatars. Each one has its own different flavor, different taste. And this is Yamuna Devi coming and bowing down to Balaram. So now, when Balaram was away, Krishna got a message from this cartoon character here, Pondraka. Now, Pondrak, he's fancied himself as Krishna. He got himself a flute. He even got himself 2 extra hands. So he had 4 hands. He had followers. He had the crown. He had a palace. He had everything that Krishna has, right? And then he wrote to Krishna saying, I want your disc, your Sudarshan Chakra that you use as your weapon. Like when Krishna got the message, he was in Dwarka, he was in the court of the king Ugrasen, and everybody had a good laugh that this Pondrak wants your chakra. So then Krishna actually wanted to check this out. He wanted to have a good laugh. God likes to laugh. And just like he likes to fight as well, he loves to laugh. And he loves everybody to laugh, actually. So he thought, like, let's go and see this character. So he went there, and together with Pondrak was also the king of Kashi, who was backing up Pondrak. So they went to the place where Pondrak was, and Krishna, when he first saw Pondrak, and he was thinking, is this guy pretending to be me? He's a little chubby, but actually he's got the four hands. He's got my flute.
He's got the Srivastava.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He had the Srivastava, which is a special type of hair which grows on the chest of only Krishna. But he dyed it, right? And Krishna laughed and laughed and laughed. And because he was laughing and they were being mocked, the king of Kashi got angry, and he was supporting Pondrak. So of course, Krishna decided, okay, enough is enough of a laugh. He liberated king of Kashi, after which he liberated Pondrak as well. That's right. That's right, yeah. Yeah, that's about right. Actually, King Kashi, he worshipped Lord Shiva, and he would just go down a bit.
Through the head of King of Kashi.
That's right. He chopped off the head of King of Kashi and he sent it back to Varanasi. So, but the son of, oh yeah, that's right. The son of King of Kashi, he was named Sudakshina, and he vowed to kill Krishna. And he was a worshipper of Lord Shiva. So with the help of Lord Shiva, he did
black magic.
He did some black magic where a demon came and tried to harass Krishna. At that time, Krishna was actually playing chess with his entourage in Dwarka. But Krishna used his Sudarshan Chakra again to destroy the demon and send him back to Kashi as well. And in that way, he destroyed everything that was opposing him. So this is the pastime of Pondaraka. So we talked about King of Kashi as well. Also, we talked about Balaram's pastime with the gopis. And finally, we talked about, well, the first thing we talked about was King Naga. Any questions? Oh, we're out of time. Okay, we're out of time. So let's look at the Damodar Arati. Yeah. So
Hare Krishna, Nabi Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Indulekha.
So in this pastime of King Nriga, why did he become a lizard?
That was the punishment because from Yamraj. That was the punishment for the sin of giving the same gift to two different Brahmins. It's quite a heavy punishment, but that was his punishment. But
wasn't it that the Brahmana cursed him? That the Brahmana said, you're changing like a girgit. Girgit is a lizard.
Okay. Yes. So, good.
So you're changing colors like girgit ki tarah rang badal rahe ho to be a girgit.
Right. Yeah. Good point. Thank you for sharing that. Nice point.
Thank you.
Great. So tomorrow we'll talk about. Hang on. Let's have a look.
Can I ask, where is Vrindavan? Is it in India?
Yes, it's about 100 miles south of Delhi, near Mathura, which is in UP, Uttar Pradesh.
No, I've been to Gokul, Mathura, but I've never heard of
Vrindavan is in the same region.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the same region. It's in the place called Brajabhumi.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so let's go quickly into Damodarastakam. Okay, Geeta, would you like to sing?
Yes, sure, Prabhu.
And at this time, we can offer a lamp to Damodar. Now, where is Damodar? Damodar is our backdrop, so you can offer it there. We're trying to get the deity of Damodar up, but we're just struggling technically at the moment. And you can offer a ghee lamp now. And if you don't have a ghee lamp, you can offer a ghee lamp in your mind. Deepak, I hope you have that ghee lamp ready, like you did ask your mummy.
No,
I asked her to put about 15, 20 together, considering we're talking, trillions of, why stop at billions, right? We do trillions now, right?
I like the attitude.
I'm trying to be operationally efficient here as well, right? So
Get it all done in one go.
we just light the candle. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Light the candle and then you offer it to Damodar 7 times around his body. And then you
do it now or afterward?
yes, do it now. Do it now.
We'll do it now while we're singing the Aarti.
Very good. Very good.
is Damodar? I don't even know.
It's two Krishnas here. Do you want to see them?
Yes.
Batao to.
Can you see?
Can you see them?
Yes, we can. Bal Gopal.
Yeah.
Very beautiful. Very beautiful.
Very nice. So you can
That
offer.
is Krishna.
Yeah. So you can offer to them. And also,
Just some little bit grapes there.
and Ganesh also has a beautiful altar. I remember we looked at Ganesh's altar. Was it Diwali? No, Diwali time. He had all these lights and it was an amazing altar. So thank you so much. Yes, beautiful. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much.
We are in the living room. Other temple is upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good. Good.
So Geeta, would you like to start?
Yeah, I'll start, Prabhu. Namami Sharam Sachidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokul Parajmanam Yashoda Bilono Kalada Davamanam Param Sthitamatyanto Drutaya Gopra Rudam Tam Mohornitra Yukman Majantam Karamboja Yukmena Santakanitram Muhaswabasakam Pachika Kakanta Stita Gravayam Damodaram Bhakti Badam Iti Trikaswalila Anand Kundi Swagosham Nimachantam Akyapayantam Tadiye Sitageshu Bhakti Chitadvam Puna Prema Tatam Satarati Vande Varam Deva Moksham Na Moksham Bhavinpa Nachaniyam Vareham Vasadapiha Idam Deva Purnata Gopala Balam Sada me manastaya virastam kimanya Idam te mukham bojam atyanta lile Pratam kuntale snigdha rakshascha gopra Muhu chumbitam bimbarakta me Manastaya vistam Alam Lakshalabhe Namo Deva Damodar Ananta Vishnu Prasita Prabhu Dukha Jalati Magnam Kirpati Shiti Vishnati Dinam Patanu Grahani Shama Magnam Iti Akshijisha Kuverat macho pada mutya vayatva Tvae muchito bhakti baju kritacha Tata prema bhaktim swakame prayacha नमो शीघ्रहूँ में स्थित दामोदरी हाँ नमस्ते दुदाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोत्तरायत्ता विश्वासदाम्ने नमो राधिकायाय त्वदीयप्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपम् लसत्कुन्दलं गोकुलव्रजमानम्
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Yashoda Damodara, Yashoda Damodara, Yashoda Damodara. Jaya Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara Radhe. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Goranitai, 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 Jaya Goranitai, Nitai, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Jai Radha Damodar.
Jai.
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 Well done, Geeta. That was really good. Excellent.
Oh, thank you, Prabhu.
Excellent. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Very good. So we can do prayers of protection to Lord Damodar, to Nrsingadev, so that everybody be safe spiritually, mentally, and physically as well. And I was going to ask Alice, would you like to sing to Lord Nrsingadev and just sing it once all the way through? Is that okay, Alice?
Okay, Prabhu.
Fantastic. Oh, and Indulekha Mataji, do you know where that is mentioned about the lizard? Is a really good point. About is that in the Krishna book itself?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, good. We missed it. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Very good. So,
Prabhu, did you say end of Krishna book?
sorry?
Did you say end of Krishna book?
In the Krishna book.
Okay, thank you. I've got that. I will have a look. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good. Yeah, we'll have a look because it's a really nice point. I like that.
We have two parts. Krishna book, we have two parts, part 1 and part 2.
No, it depends. It depends on which edition you have.
Okay, okay. Because I have two. I have one old
you have
version
to,
and one.
but actually it's in one as well.
Okay.
Okay, so Alice, please take it away.
Hold on, Prabhu. I'm searching for the words. I'm
Yeah, I'll put it
sorry.
on the screen if you can see the screen.
Are you speaking to that?
No, Jean, I'm speaking to them.
Always.
Alice is a really amazing person. She helps everybody. And now she's helping another person there, looking after her. Very nice. Can you see Alice?
I can't see the screen,
Oh,
Prabhu.
don't worry, don't worry. I tell you what, let's all sing it together. This is for the protection of the Supreme, for our protection by the Supreme Lord.
Okay. I think I've got it here, Prabhu.
Oh, if you got it, then you sing it.
Yeah. Namaste Narasimhaya Dala Dala Dadaine Hiranyakashipurvaksa Silatankana
Ito Nasimha Parato Nasimha Yata Yata Yamitato Nasimha Bahe Nasimha Hridaye Nasimho Narasingha Madim Sharanam Prapade Tavakara Kamalavale Nakam Abuta Sringam Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tanu Bringam Kesavadrita Narahari Rupa Jajagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Nrsingadev Jaya Nrsingadev Jaya Nrsingadev Jaya Nrsingadev Jaya Pralak Maharaj Jaya Pralak Maharaj Jaya Pralak Maharaj Jaya Pralak Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gora Haribo 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 Nitai Gora Haribo.
He was
Jashingadev
speaking
Bhagwan ki
Chinese.
jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki
His
jai.
teacher.
Beautifully sung, Alice. So nice. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
Prabhu.
Amazing. You got such a nice voice, calming and soothing voice. You got to sing a lot more. Thank you. So, oh yes, Jayanti was just looking because she's doing all the research in the Lekha Maaji. In the Krishna book, it just says that in spite of this, the king bewildered, decided first to suffer the results of his impious activities and then to accept the results of his pious activities. Therefore, Yamraj immediately turned him into a lizard. So I'm not
Yes,
sure about...
Prabhuji, one devotee was explaining, and he was, I heard from one devotee actually, and he was reading from the Krishna book, and he was telling that because when he gave the cows and he said, I'm going to give you more, just let that one go. Then the Brahmana said, you're changing colors, you're changing your word. So you are like lizards. Lizards change their colors when they got into the sun. So we cursed you to become. I haven't read it myself there, but I have heard.
I don't think it's
yes,
but it's an interesting point. It's a very interesting point.
Yeah, why?
Because some devotees ask why lizard, because there's so many species that he could change his body into. Why specifically lizard? Then that bit come up.
Yeah. But it's not in the Krishna book, so we'll find the reference for that. That's interesting. Thank you for sharing that, by the way.
Okay.
So I'd like to thank everybody, Shruti and Ganesh and Ramya and Jishnu. Thank you for...
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Oh,
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Even I've heard that
Hare
same
Krishna.
story in some other book, about the
Good.
lizard.
Good.
Yeah. Same one, like she's saying you're changing the color and all that.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. Yeah.
Yeah, I've read it in some book, but I can't remember which.
That's okay. Yeah, we'll find it.
I know the story.
That's good. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
One day,
What story? Yes.
It's your favorite story, isn't it? Go on, tell it. Tell it.
It fall down and Krishna killed.
Krishna killed Trinavat and he fell down from the sky. And
Well done. So I'd like to thank everybody. Actually, we are continuing because it's Ekadashi today. So we're going to just talk about the story. And if anybody has any questions, especially...
I have a question, Prabhu.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
So this was a bit where Balaram gets a bit annoyed with Yamuna Devi. There was something which I found like just like regarding why he was getting angry with her, because like she's already a huge elevated devotee. So what was all that about? Like, you know, why couldn't he have like spoken to her a little more nicer, or like just why all the anger on her? Like to get the plow out and pull her, you know.
Yeah.